Welcome to the Flash Performance Garage, where it's a great day for an erection. That's right, I said it. It's time to choose a new lift for my shop. I built a 32 by 48 pole barn with the intention of putting an automotive lift in it. But there were some specific things that I needed to have and wanted to have when it came to buying a lift. I wanted to make sure that I could lift at least 12,000 pounds. It needed to fit under a 14-foot ceiling. I needed to have parts available locally. I wanted to be able to install it myself, and I wanted it to be an ALI certified lift. And this one is the biggest challenge. I wanted to spend less than $4,000 on it. Here's what I found. I chose this lift from Atlas that I purchased from my local Greg Smith Equipment. This lift is called an Apex 12 ALI certified overhead lift. In the past, I've had the pleasure of selling many different lift brands. I don't want to spend big money on a big brand lift for my home shop. I didn't need a fancy quick up and down or a hidden cables or hoses. All that extra stuff just didn't matter to me. The Apex 12 lift measures in at a low height of 13 foot 9 inches, or you can put it on the tall setting at 14 foot 9 inches. I have a 14-foot ceiling in my shop, so I set it on the lower level. When it comes to parts availability, this was a big one for me. If your lift goes down, it's never an ideal moment. I wanted to purchase from somewhere that stocked the parts that I could drive to if necessary. As I said before, I purchased my lift from Greg Smith Equipment located in Indianapolis. But there are 10 other locations across the country, so if you're like me and you want to be within driving distance, this is a great option for you. A second benefit to me was I got to see the lift assembled and functioning in their showroom. They had all kinds of equipment on display that I could touch and operate. And that takes me to DIY assembly. When I was looking at some of the other lift manufacturers, they would void the warranty if I installed the lift myself. They wanted me to pay someone to set up the lift, that way I could keep my warranty. And Atlas was not like this. I have a 5-year structural warranty and a 2-year hydraulic warranty on the lift, whether I install it or have someone do it for me. I wanted the lift that was ALI certified. Well, what the heck does that mean? ALI certified stands for Automotive Lift Institute. They govern the safety standards for automotive lifts in the US. These tests cover structural integrity, proper control function and overloading, weld quality and material. So here was the interesting part for me. Rotary, Atlas, Forward, Mohawk, Challenger, they all have to meet the same standards. It's either a pass or a fail. So you either get the sticker or you don't. Everything I just covered is nothing special. Any quality lift can do these things. Now back to my last point. Less than $4,000. In my research, it was easy to find lifts that were not ALI certified in this price range. It was also easy to find lifts in the $12,000 price range that met all these points that I was looking for. Atlas was the only one that I found that met all the points I needed. This lift cost me $3,500. I saved a couple $100 because I went and picked it up myself and didn't have to pay for shipping. The Apex 12 also included all the truck adapters in the kit at no extra cost. Now the big question is, why so cheap? I think the better question for the other lifts is, why so expensive? When I was in the showroom, I was grilling one of the salesmen on that very question. And basically it came down to a few things you need to consider when you're making your purchase. When Atlas ships their lifts, they pack them tighter into a container. This means they can ship more than the competition can in the same space. But that also means you're going to have some scratches, some dents and dings. Of course, volume is always going to play a part in pricing. He told me how many lifts they sell every month, and I was absolutely astonished at the volume that they are able to move. They also don't have the expense of a sales and support force in the field. This means if I have an issue, I can call and they will help me over the phone, but there will be no one that shows up at my door to fix my issue. Lastly, I call this one aesthetics. Some of the lifts I was looking at had all the cables hidden inside the columns with the hoses and the electrical, and this gave the lift a very clean look for your showroom, but that was not on my priority list. The big question becomes, is Atlas worth the savings? And for me, for what I'm doing in my shop, the answer is absolutely yes. This lift was not hard to install and has worked flawlessly for the past 8 months. So if you're in the market for a lift, I highly recommend you check them out. They got all kinds of different variations from 9,000 pound base plate all the way up to very heavy duty 15,000 pound 2-post lifts, 4-post lifts, alignments. Lots and lots of options. So make sure you check them out. I put the website for Greg Smith Equipment in the link, and also I put a direct link to my specific lift, the Apex 12 ALI certified lift. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. You're going to see a lot more videos coming out from me using this lift, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm Chad from Flash Performance. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the channel.